behold, at 5'11", 130 pounds. She was lightning fast. Women watchers in late 1950s, early 60s were astonished. Don't win. You might miss her, and that would be a shame. At 1960s Rome Olympics, Rudolph became the fastest woman in the world and the first African American woman to win 3 gold medals in one Olympics. She won 100 and 200 meter races, anchored the U.S. team to victory in 4x100 meter relay, breaking records along the way. In 100, she tied the world record of 11.3 seconds in the semifinals when she won the final 3 yards in 11.0. However, because of a 2.75 meters per second wind above acceptable limit of 2 meters per second, she didn't receive the credit for a world record. In 200, she broke the Olympic record in the opening heat in 23.2 seconds and won the final 24.0 seconds. In the relay, Rudolph, despite an poor back pass, overtook Germany's anchor leg, and American all-women from Tennessee State took the gold in 45 seconds after setting a world record of 44 seconds in the semifinals. Rudolph's Olympic performances. She also won a bronze medal at age 16 in the relay of Melbourne in 1956 were spectacular. But it is the story of how she got there that makes her accomplishments legendary. She was born prematurely on June 23, 1940, in St. Bethlehem, Tennessee. She weighed 4.5 pounds. The bulk of her childhood was spent in bed. She suffered from double pneumonia, scarlet fever, and later contracted polio. After losing the use of her left leg, she was fitted with metal leg braces when she was 6 years old. I spent most of my time trying to figure out how to get them off, she said. But when you come from a large, wonderful family, there's always a way to achieve your goals. Rudolph grew up in a poor family, the 20th of her father's, and 22 children from 2 marriages. Although she never shared a home with all of her brothers and sisters, she took turns massaging her crippled leg every day. Once a week, her mother, Blanche, a domestic worker, drove her 90 miles round trip to Nashville Hospital for therapy. Years of treatment and the determination to be a normal kid worked despite whooping cough, measles, and chickenpox. Rudolph was out of her leg braces at age 9 and soon became a budding basketball star. When she was 11, her brother set up a basketball hoop in a yard. After that, her mother said it was basketball, basketball, basketball. At the All-African American Burt High School, Rudolph played on the girls' basketball team where her coach, C.C. Gray, gave her the nickname Skeeter. You're little, you're fast, and you'll always get in my way, he said. Rudolph became an all-state player, setting a state record of 49 points in one game. Then Ed Temple came calling. Temple, the Tennessee State track coach, asked Gay from a foreign and girls track team, so he could turn one of the fours into a sprint when women was the one. She turned a natural ability she couldn't explain. I don't know why I run so fast, she said. I just run. He loved it enough to attended the Temple's daily college practices. While still in high school, Temple dedicated was inspiring. He was a sociology professor at Tennessee State and unpaid coach. He drove the team to meet his own car and had the school track an unmarked and unsurfaced dirt oval lined at his own expense. But Temple was so soft-touched, he made the girls run an extra lap with every 30 minutes. For every minute they were late to practice. Rudolph overslept practice by 30 minutes and was made to run 30 extra laps. The next day, she was sitting on the track 30 minutes late. Unity and teamwork Temple's passions. He reminded reporters after Rudolph became famous, and there were three other gold medals on the platform with her during the relay event. Almost the entire 1960 Olympic team, coached by Temple, came from his Tennessee state team. Rudolph didn't forget the teammates either. She said her favorite event was relay because she got to stand on the platform with them, regardless of the press and fans in Rome flocked to her. Last page. She done more for her country than what the U.S. could. She done more for her country than what the U.S. could have paid her for her, Temple said. She did more to promote her country in her soft-spoken, gracious manner. She paved the way for African-American athletes, both men and women, who came later. When she returned from Rome, Tennessee Governor Buford Ellington, who was elected in old-fashioned segregated, planned to have her welcome home celebration. Rudolph said she would not attend a segregated event. Rudolph Parade and Banquet were the first integrated event in her hometown of Clarksville. Rudolph especially inspired young African-American female athletes, most notable for Florence Griffith Joyner, the next woman to win 3 gold medals and won Olympics in 1988. It was a great thrill for me to see, Rudolph said. I thought I'd never get to see that, Florence Griffith Joyner. Every time she ran, I ran. Bob Kersey, husband and coach of Jack Joyner Kersey, said Rudolph was the greatest influence for African-American women athletes that he knows. His wife went further. She was always in my corner, said Joyner Kersey, winner of 6 Olympic medals. If I had a problem, I could call her at home. It was like talking to someone who knew for a lifetime. Rudolph touched Olympians and non-Olympians alike. She had 4 kids of her own, and in her home post-Olympic years, she worked as a track coach at Indiana DePauy University and served as a U.S. Goodwill Ambassador to French West Africa. She said her greatest accomplishment was creating the Wilma Rudolph Foundation, a not-for-profit community-based amateur sports program. I tell them that the most important aspect is to be yourself and have confidence in yourself, she said. I remind them the triumph can't be had without the struggle. Honors kept coming for Rudolph. She was voted into the Black Athletes Hall of Fame in 1973 and the National Track Field Hall of Fame in 1974. Last paragraph. Rudolph died of brain cancer at age 54 on November 12, 1994 in Nashville. Her extraordinary calm and grace are what people remember most about her, said Bill McCollum, a 1960 teammate of Rudolph. She was beautiful, she was nice, she was the best. No excuses, young people.